It's really exciting to teach the Fitzroy method because this is a method that's been used not just in Australia but in many countries around the world, and it gets amazing results wherever it goes. And the best thing about it is that it's quite a simple method really to use and implement. So if you come along to a presentation like today, a seminar, then I'm going to show you the template to getting the most out of our method. So all you need to do then is apply this template to your own unique situation, and you can start getting these excellent results too. So what I'd like to do is jump straight into an overview of what we'll be covering today. And in the process, we'll get a general idea of our method, how it works, and as I said, what we're going to be covering today. So the first thing we'll be looking at, just briefly, is phonics. Now, before we get going, I'd just like to ask, does anyone have any experience at the moment with the Fitzroy readers? Okay, so that's normally here, you're coming fresh. It's like it's an exciting idea, but nothing more. So you haven't used them yet. What about phonics programs? So your phonics programs are the ones where you sound out the words. So now in Singapore that's quite common, but you know what's an interesting thing is that when I started coming here, it wasn't. So now everyone does phonics and it's like, oh, of course, we could only do phonics. But you don't have to go back that far, and everyone was doing another system of reading called whole language. Now I'm going to talk a bit about the two systems today. But are you a bit familiar with phonics? So you take a word, say like cat, you break it up into the sounds, k, at, t, those sounds help you read the word. You familiar with that? Is that what you're currently using, that kind of method?
Yes.
Yep. Good. So what we'll be doing there, you see, this is not a training course in phonics, but what I've discovered over the years is that there are certain areas where even teachers who work with phonics can run into trouble with. So in that section I'll be looking at kind of the ways where, even experienced teachers can run into difficulties teaching phonics and some of the effective ways to teach that program. Now, the reason this is critical to the Fitzroy method is because our method is phonics. So unless you have a good foundation in phonics, you won't be able to teach our method effectively. And so that's why, that's the foundation. We'll go through that. And once that's clear, everything else will flow very nicely. Then I'm going to look at what I call the system and structure of our method. Now, this actually is the reason why our method consistently and over a long period of time has got incredible results, and I'll get to some of those later on. But it's also the area where most phonic programs actually fail. So if you've been teaching children phonics and maybe your results are not what you'd like them to be, in Singapore everyone always does pretty well. Okay, you have a very good education system. But you can always improve, and you might have found that, we're doing pretty good, but I really think, given the quality of the teacher, you could do even better. And so what you'll find almost always is that it's the way whatever program you're using is put together that creates problems. And most of them are not nearly as systematic as you need to create an effective program. So I'll be looking at really how good phonics programs are put together. Now, that doesn't apply only to ours, it could apply to others. And hopefully what will happen is after this section, you'll be able to look at the program you're using at another program in a bookstore, and you'll be able to recognize from the very beginning whether it will be effective or not. You can actually tell that just by looking at it. It's quite interesting. And you'll see that it's very accurate. This means of predicting how well a program will go.